All right, welcome to Wet. The run starts at difficulty selection. We're gonna choose Cakewalk here. We're ready to start in 3, 2, 1. Going. So how's everyone doing today? Any of you are a bit dry. Things are we're about to change for you. The game's gonna start us off with a euphemism, and then we're gonna start off with a tutorial of the mechanics. The very first mechanic is gonna teach us is that jumping and shooting slows time.
Did I do that?
Now it's gonna teach us that sliding and shooting slows time. Now we're gonna learn that wall running and shooting, if anybody wants to take a guess at what that does, feel free. I'll give you a hint. It slows time. Now we're just gonna take out some of these guys, doing some time slowed shooting. The reason we do time slow shooting is I'll probably show this later at some point. Her aim, when time is not slowed, is just atrocious. It's just the worst. So we're gonna try to do some fast, slow time, take these guys out, and call it a day at this wedding that we have apparently lit on fire. But they probably started it. Guy did a nice little gallop out of his room. Destroy all the glasses. Can we destroy the wedding cake? We didn't get a chance to destroy the wedding cake. Here's a tutorial for one of the most important parts of the game. It's called split targeting. So what happens is she's firing two guns at all times. Anytime she's firing a gun, a shotgun, a submachine gun, rocket launchers or whatever, pistols, which is what we're gonna use for most of the run. She's firing two guns. One gun is gonna auto aim. Our offhand gun is gonna auto aim, and it's gonna form a circle of triangles on a guy. The guy who's closest to the center of the screen at the point that we start shooting. The other gun, we get to aim ourselves. So we can do two different things there. We can either do double the damage to one guy, or we could be shooting two different guys at once. There is experience in this game. We're gonna use it to buy upgrades. So one of the best ways to get experience is to shoot two different guys at once. We get a big boost for that. The only level that we're gonna farm for experience is this very first level, but that's gonna happen a little bit later. We have to do it when it's gonna count. All right, we're gonna run across our first red barrels of many, many, many red barrels. Red barrels do what you think they do. They explode. In the speedrun, we're not actually worried about killing guys usually around the red barrels. What we're worried about is that by the time we get to where the red barrel is, if it's not exploded, somebody gonna explode it on us. Shoot this guy in the kneecaps, bring his head down in range to hit him, and then take him out. And now we're gonna do something really stupid. Not us, but she is. She's gonna use her sword to pry open the door. Sword's one of our primary weapons in the game. I really hope it doesn't break in this run. Not that that's a mechanic that's built in as far as I'm concerned, but one of these days I feel like when she's gonna pry open the wrong door, that sword's gonna break. This area that we're entering right now is called an arena. Arenas are a very clutch part of the speedrun. In these arenas, the game's gonna show us really shortly, we have these doors that we have to close. We close these doors by breaking these skulls and crossbones. And when you break a skull and crossbone, it closes a door, and guys can no longer infinitely spawn out of that door. Otherwise, if you don't close the door and you kill anyone, somebody will just pop out of the door, and you can't leave here until everybody's dead. So we can't leave here until all the doors are closed and everybody's dead. What we're gonna have to be doing is sealing these doors, and then when we go to seal another door, maybe just kind of make sure that the first door that we sealed, there's no one left behind there that isn't gonna be able to follow us, so we can kill them later. Like that guy up there, he's stuck up there on that platform. He's not gonna be able to follow us. So we have to make sure he's dead before we go down here, because otherwise we'd have to make the long trek back. Not really a long trek. Come on, we're speed running. Here we go. All right, last door closed. Now we just gotta kill the people around the fountain. There's usually a guy who loves to run around the fountain and stay exactly opposite from us, so we usually have to track him down. It's not this guy. There's a guy over there. Oh, there's two of them over there. That guy's running. He's trying. He's making a break for it. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. All right, and we know the arena's over when the music ends. Here's our first trip to the store. The very first thing we're gonna buy is one speed boost to our pistol fire rate. That's all we can afford right now. We're gonna try to boost the speed of our pistols. Once we boost the speed of our pistols to max, our pistols will fire at the speed that we can pull the trigger. So there's gonna be a lot of shots fired.
Now or during the rest of the show. The finest quality ingredients are in the fixins of the delicious foods you'll find waiting to tempt your appetite.
Yeah, it's kind of a female Max Payne. Kind of a female Max Payne. This game is kind of really supposed to be a drive-in movie directed by Quentin Tarantino. That was their big goal. So you see the graininess of a drive-in movie, and our loading screens are very often going to be those drive-in movie clips, those ads right there that we had. So we can't skip those. Those are the loading zones. All right. One sword slash to take that guy out. At this point, I'd like to mention that our main character, her name is Ruby. She is voice acted by Elijah Dushku, who some of you might know is True from True Calling, because that's everybody's favorite show. But more importantly, most people know her as Faith from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We're going to do a minor skip right here and just drop down the balconies instead of sliding down a slow ladder. This will trigger a quick time event. For all of you who ever have cars that try to run you over, this is how you take care of them. Just keep pressing the X button. You'll get out of there alive. Now her butt smells like fish. If it didn't already. If it didn't already, she just sat in a cart of fish, so it does now.
Now I show you something. Who's the bitch now?
Do.
Let's go. Taste my special sauce.
Your ass is mine.
She has a mouth on her in this game, by the way. So we're gonna go through this little room where they keep all the ice in San Francisco. And normally the logic would be to try to kill everyone in that room so you can safely open this door. But we used to find that it takes forever to kill everyone in that room because they like to run away. And so it's like, hey, if they're just running and hiding anyway, maybe they can't shoot us that well while we're trying to open the door. And so now we just kill one guy. And the rest run away. They're not very good triads.
Look, I'm the last thing you're gonna see.
They mean to be good triads, but they're really not. Okay, so we're chasing down this guy. He stole our heart at the wedding. Literally, he stole a heart that belonged to us at the wedding. Maybe not the one that we grew up with or anything. And we're trying to chase him down. If I wanted to kill him right now, I can't. I could put 1,000 bullets into his back right now, just like that. And he's not really there. The way that we're going to get experience is by getting lots of combo kills, combining it with combo moves. So fighting one guy at a time right here is not how we're going to build up the experience to get our pistols fully upgraded. We have to wait until we get a large pocket of guys. There's a shortcut right there where the game hit a collectible at one point. But as soon as you find a collectible once, you can never find it again. Yes! No, the game is really wet. Krilanzi. The game is really called wet. Supposedly, it's because, you know, what she does is called wet work. She kidnaps, assassinates, in very dangerous situations for money. But you can make your own wet jokes. In fact, I encourage you to. They kind of write themselves sometimes. Alright, here is where we will farm for experience. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be jumping, shooting 2 different guys at a time to maximize experience, trying to maximize headshots, and then every jump that I do, I'm going to try to turn into a slide.
Bingo. Next time, jump.
Because the combo of turning a jump into a slide increases experience, headshots and shooting 2 different guys at a time increases experience. Where is everyone? I killed them so fast they weren't spawning as fast as they were dead. That's usually a good sign, I think. That looks like a comfy slide on the asphalt right there.
My God. Save us all. Way to use your head.
experience grind is almost over. We want to get up to a ×5 experience multiplier. If you look in the top right of the screen, we just did. Is everyone dead? Everyone's dead. So if we can keep the ×5, we just barely lost it. If we keep the ×5, by the time we get to these guys, it's worth it to kill them.
Gotcha.
And now we'll go to another arena, another one of those areas where we have to seal all the doors. Gets a little bit impatient on the elevator, hits the button, makes it go a little bit faster. You know, it works. Okay, so we have to seal these doors. And the way we seal them is by hitting those skull and crossbones with our sword. Take out a bunch of guys right there by blowing up that car. When we swing our sword at these skulls and crossbones, if there's ever a guy in range of her sword, she's gonna turn around and swing at the guy. She doesn't necessarily do what we tell her to do. She takes it into as advisement. But if we're ever trying to hit an object with her sword, and there's a guy within range, she's gonna target the guy. Alright, take those out so they don't explode on us. So we gotta kill these guys before we get here, because if we try to close that door by swinging the sword, she'll just target them. That everybody, we know we're out of here when the music ends. It's not everybody. We got that guy. Okay, now we're out of there. Nice! We got plenty of experience. We got a ton of experience. So now our pistols are at full speed and increased damage. Not max damage yet. We'll go on to level 2. Go on to level 2. In this level, we learned that Ruby does not like to ride in any vehicle whatsoever. So we're going to be going down the San Francisco highway, and we're going to be doing it on top of cars. Because, you know, that seems safe. Yeah, I hope that guy didn't plan on using those fingers later. Alright, I want to point out right now that for the rest of the run, Ruby will be a huge car racist. Absolutely massive car racist. She hates cars that aren't black. If the car isn't black, she's going to jump off of it right away. If the car is black, she's going to plant her feet, and we're going to stand here and we're going to shoot guys in other vehicles. But if it's white, if it's gray, if it's a truck, no, she's not all for it. She's gonna jump right off, and I'm gonna, as soon as I land on that vehicle, I'm gonna have a quick time event where I have to hit the A button and jump right off, right away. There you go. We're on a black car. She's happy. Ah! They took us off. Oh no! That's not a good time to lose your hands. You might need them for like not getting hit by the cars that are about to run you over. Alright. We'll go to black car. We're gonna stop and shoot for a little bit. This game is pretty much the most realistic game ever. It has a physics engine, therefore it has to obey the laws of physics. I'm pretty sure that's how computer programming works. I also love how there are no police in all of San Francisco. No one's trying to stop us. And the reason I know it's San Francisco, see, that car's not black. That car's not black. It will never do. We have to get off. There we go. The reason I know it's San Francisco is we're about to get on the longest San Francisco bridge in the history of time. The longest Golden Gate Bridge. She throws her sword in the middle of this highway combat. Just saying. You know, she's trying to open doors with swords. She throws her sword while on the highway, jumping from vehicle to vehicle. I feel like she doesn't really want to keep the sword in good condition. Or keep the sword at all, for that matter. Alright, one more guy's gonna hop out of this car right here. Point of pride to kill him before that car gets killed by a truck. Boom! It's gone. Alright, we're on the Golden Gate Bridge. Longest Golden Gate Bridge ever. Well, that car's not black. That car's not black. Jeez. Alright, this car she's gonna land and stay on. Because this is the guy who stole her hearts. He's gonna bitch slap him. Reach into the sunroof. Get her heart back. And shoot the driver of the car she's standing on. And just to get out safely, she's gonna jump into the truck to slow her fall. Fantastic. This isn't San Francisco at all. But it's a Golden Gate Bridge. Just, you know, the longest Golden Gate Bridge in history.
Help me. Help me. You gotta help me. I can't feel my legs. Oh, fuck!
The guy has a pretty sweet ponytail, so he should probably live. You shouldn't kill people with sweet ponytails. Oh, but he's a smoker.
You bitch! You fucking bitch! You're gonna leave me! You fucking
So for some reason in this game,
You should have stopped it. I can't
over
feel my
half the
legs.
cutscenes in the first 6 levels are not skippable. After we get past level 6, almost every single cutscene in the game is skippable. If you feel like you're in a cutscene and you can't skip it after level 6, it's probably secretly a QuickTime event. Alright, we made it through that level. Now we're gonna go to Texas. We're gonna go to the coolest place in Texas. An abandoned airfield / oil field / strip club. Probably a few other things here too. These are Ruby's training grounds. I really, really like these levels because I feel like if we were ever to get some real steep competition on this game and we were to start doing individual levels, this would be the one that's the creme de la creme. This is the one that you would want to pursue because it's all about the type movement. All right, here we go. We're gonna go through Superman 64 rings because if Superman 64 taught us anything, this is the best style of gameplay. Occasionally a ring is gonna be on fire. When that ring is on fire, the game wants us to go into slow motion, shoot some stuff, and if we shoot some stuff and hit it, that'll reduce time on that clock that's running in the middle of the screen. However, that clock that's running in the middle of the screen is in no way hooked up to the clock that's running at the bottom of the screen that we're using to measure this game. So reducing it just does nothing for us. We don't get experience, we don't get points. All we get is like a congratulations. And Ruby don't need no pat on the back. So instead, we're not gonna fire a single shot in this part of the level. We're just gonna do some really tight movement, which is actually surprisingly difficult because as I said before, Ruby kind of does what she wants to do. If you tell her to go somewhere, she's like, okay, I'll take that into advisement, but I might do my own thing. It's also funny because this game's trying to give us a tutorial for how to shoot the pistols, which, you know, we just spent, what, 18 minutes doing? But it's okay. Minor skip here. We're gonna jump out of this slide, and by jumping out of this slide, we're gonna skip the cutscene that tells us where to go next, because we're gonna already be halfway to this door by the time the cutscene's ready to go. Really minor optimization, but I love it. And now we get minigun training. We gotta get 90 points in order to advance to the next part of the game. We get 1 point for shooting targets on planks of wood. We get 2 points for shooting exploding barrels. And we get 3 points for shooting flying discuses. And those discuses, those clay pigeons, they're where we're really gonna advance this. So like all these planks of wood, They're nice. They're going to get us a little bit closer to where we're trying to get, but we're really going to try to hit the planks of wood, focus on those. And I can use audio cues to hear when they're coming, but the audio cue doesn't tell me which side they're going to come on. What I can do is I can try to prepare for them, hold my minigun over the things that fire them out right here, and hope I'm right. And if I'm not, then I'll just regroup. So here I can hear them whirring up. I guess wrong. Guess wrong, regrouped. So I had to aim at a few of them instead of just blocking them from coming out. Oh, one got away. Two got away. Three got away. $75 points, 78. Getting there. Come on, a few more discuses, please. Alright, we just need 2 targets. Anything. There we go, we're out of there. 132, okay, that's about average. 120 is freaking amazing. 130 is about average. There goes the sweet duck hunt section. Jump, no! Don't wing around these rings. Drop. Okay, that's what you try to avoid to do. A lot of the game is avoiding those kind of verticalities that make the game absolutely amazing. Like swinging around stuff, jump into fun places, getting great height, and just descending death upon everybody. That's what makes the game fun, and that's what we try to eliminate in the speedrun. I'm not saying the speedrun's not fun. I just think it's silly. All right, here we're gonna get the tutorial for firing the shotguns. The only scenario in which I will fire a shotgun in this game is if we don't get the experience we need before we hit the first boss. In which case we'll have to take him out with shotguns. If we do get the experience we need, I will not fire a shotgun shot. Ah, okay, there's 1. There's 2. There we go. I'm not gonna ignore shots fired. But by the time a shotgun would be useful in the game, hopefully we've upgraded our pistol to the point that it fires faster and does more damage and is more accurate than the shotgun. Which, of course, everything's more accurate than the shotgun. But this is the same thing as the pistol area. After this, we get back to gameplay. Well, this is gameplay, but after this, we get back to running and gunning. I'd also like to take this moment to welcome everybody to Shots Fired Marathon. Especially welcome to the start of the Bethesda block. The game was published by Bethesda, as well as probably about the next 5 games in the Shots Fired Marathon. We will follow this up with a few Fallouts, Doom, Dishonored, and Final Doom, which came before the Doom that we're playing. I feel like it might not actually be the Final Doom. All right, we're almost out of here. Now then we get a little bit more personality, and we get to meet some people. And we're done. Done with that level. This is one of those cutscenes that can't skip. So we get to meet a kooky cast of characters. And Ruby gets to rehydrate herself with a little bit of whiskey right now. That says Z Collector. Because you literally can't read it with that terrible font and the short amount of time it gives you. That says Tarantula. She's blind, but that doesn't matter.
My name is William Ackers.
Final Doom. According to chat, Final Doom technically takes place between Doom 64 and Doom 4. So, all the better. It's very clearly not the Final Doom.
Because of you.
He does. The Collector needs more swords and knives. Actually, he's going to pull one out of who knows where later on. I plan on watching very closely because I only realized it a few days ago that he makes one just magically appear. I'm hoping it comes out of somewhere very entertaining.
For lack of a better word.
But I'll mention it when we get there. And that guy has a sweet cane. It is a silver snake. Shout outs to Legends of the Hidden Temple there. Silver Snakes was always my team.
Can't do
Always
it.
rooting for
Sorry.
them.
Why not?
Anyone who says otherwise,
First
I don't
is,
know what
hate
to do to you.
fly, and last I heard, Hong Kong's not all that drivable.
Look, you saved my life. Now I need you to save his. And I'll make it undeniably worth your while.
It's pretty cool that she owns like her own oil field slash abandoned Air Force base to practice her moves on. Blue Barracudas with Bear the Silver Snakes. I will fight you. Final Dragoon. Name your time, name your place. Alright, now we meet a bunch of guys that don't matter. These are our Hong Kong friends. We are now in Hong Kong. You can tell because words on hats are now unreadable.
Ruby, come on.
And that's what necklaces that Hong Kong people wear.
You come around.
And in Hong Kong, freezers double as file cabinets.
He's a heavy hitter in the import-export industry.
And they use
He
soap
either owns or has
in their
connections
kitchens
with
in
ports
Hong Kong.
all over
It's
the world.
very, you know, I really think
He's
that
managed to have a
these
stranglehold on the
developers,
designer drug market
they went there to
most
get a
of
real
Europe and
sense of
Asia.
what Hong Kong's like.
He has a son named Trevor.
So
Yeah.
we could get a sense of what it's
Matter.
like.
Well, when his father dies,
So far the
he
game has
dies
been rather
and
dry.
the family
Well, hopefully it
faces
gets better.
both the ports
Purple
and
monkeys.
drugs,
What's he doing?
No, it's
in
purple
Hong Kong?
parrots.
drumming up his drug business. Word
Jake-
is he's been making a lot
Jake,
of
it was the
noise,
purple parrots.
and he doesn't
I think
use
he's.
a word.
It's green monkeys.
A lot of them. And they're not afraid to push their weight around to protect Trevor. It's
The
not
runner's
easy
not a
to
bit
see
tipsy, but I'm pretty sure Ruby, the character we're playing as, is.
Right now?
No,
She uses whiskey as her health.
unless you're on the inside. That information's privileged.
Then
I've been
guess
through
I'll
these
just
cutscenes a
wait
lot
to
in my
see
life.
what
I
he
have
has
to find things to
You
say.
need to talk.
I don't have a choice. We got to go talk to Rat Boy. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go talk to Rat Boy. This should be easy. Alright, the first thing the game's gonna try to do is trick us into going down below. It says, I will put enemies down there. You will go there, and you will feel stupid, because there's nothing there. Instead, we're gonna climb up this giant wall so we can slide down this giant ladder. Then we don't worry about any of these guys, but we do worry about the next 4 guys. Those 2 guys are okay. If either of these 2 guys right here are wearing hats, we are at risk of getting something called hat glitch, which makes this door we're about to open impossible to open. We'll let these guys beat on us while we try to open that door. They're not going to do enough damage that's going to matter to me. Luckily, neither of those guys were wearing hats, but if they're wearing hats and die in a particular place, it is impossible to open that door. We have to reload that checkpoint. It is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Alright, we're going to do another arena here. And this arena we're going to do backwards. Well, backwards from the intended route. And by doing it backwards, we're going to mess with the game's spawning of enemies out of the doors, so we don't have to fight as many guys. So we close the very last door that the game thought we would close first. And the game is so little expecting that. Oh, we are super low on health. The game is so little expecting that those guys that are protecting the doors just stand staring out the windows because they're not expecting anybody to come and attack them yet. Holy cow, we're out of health. We died! Oh my goodness, I have never died there. I have never died there. Fair enough. Let's try this again, except, you know, without that thing that just happened. You guys need to stop shooting me.
You are so
All right. So as I was saying, we do the last door first. And it's gonna stop guys from spawning. Respawning after we kill them. Because that's what these areas are all about. Guys respawning after we kill them. Also, this is the worst music in the game. After this, every music is good. Alright, let's jump out this window. Kill a bunch of fools. One more fool to kill.
Damn.
One more fool to kill. There we go. We're out of that arena. All right, so we're gonna go into our next rage mode now, or we're gonna go into the first rage mode. This area is gonna be stylistically very different, but I'm gonna describe what we're gonna do because what I'm gonna describe is gonna take roughly 8 billion times longer than what we're actually gonna do. We're gonna be climbing a tower. I like to call it the Judge Dredd Tower because in the recent movie, all you're doing is climbing a tower. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna climb a tower by going all around a level and then going up a floor. And then you go all around that floor and then go up a floor. It's gonna look a lot better than that, but what we gotta try to do is find ways to skip floors. The very first skip we're gonna do is we're gonna try to jump with our foot in a place where the game doesn't think we can be standing. Oh, don't bleed on me, don't bleed on me, just don't. Ah! I hate it when they get blood on me. All right, well, we're gonna have to do it this way then. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This is gonna happen no matter what. All right, so we're gonna step in a place where the game doesn't think we can stand, or be on the floor that we're on. The game thinks, well, if you're there, you must be on the floor above, and it's gonna skyrocket us 2 floors. There it is. It was there right there. You can see a little bit of glitchiness, but that was it. As I said, that trick takes 8 billion times longer to explain than it does to do. All right, in rage mode, guys die super easy, and there's a lot more of them, and when we kill a lot of them, our health regenerates really fast. So this is supposed to be like a murderer's row. We're just supposed to be killing, killing, killing. But killing usually puts us in slow motion or animated attacks, so we're gonna avoid that. Also, the game wants to tell us where to go by making parts bright red. The next place we're gonna go to is not gonna be bright red. It means we're skipping 2 more floors by running up this wall and wall jumping here, and we're out of there. Well, we're out of that part of it. We're also stopping a bunch of guys by spawning by doing that trick. Down we go! And we're out of the rage mode. Now we get to see our softer side. You know, sometimes after you kill 10 guys and get on an elevator, you just want to play the harmonica. I know I do. All right, we got to keep searching for Rat Boy. I think we're getting close because we found the only rats in Hong Kong so far. They were in that little cutscene right there. And now we have another arena already. So we did arena, rage mode, and now we got another arena already. So we got to seal a bunch of doors by destroying the skulls and crossbones. The routes are very tight on these, by the way. Okay, those guys are all dead. Hopefully I didn't kill them too soon, actually. I don't want another guy to spawn while I'm sealing this door. That door is closed. Nobody can spawn out of it now. Come up here. And luckily, swords don't destroy red barrels. Otherwise, we would have been in big trouble there. We have a trick right here that we get less than a quarter of a second to line up a shot and take it. We missed, so that's gonna cost us 6 seconds. We gotta blow that up. Kill that minigunner. Alright. You guys need to no longer have heads. That would make my job a lot easier. Close the last door. And then kill everybody left alive. Preferably by headshots. Where is anybody? There's one. One guy. So if we've done our experience grind correctly, we should be able to fully upgrade our pistol and one on the sword. We didn't get the one on the sword. So we're short by 54 experience of ideal right now.
Attention, please.
All right.
$1,000 reward will be paid for information leading to the arrest and conviction.
Another little loading
of
zone.
anyone caught stealing our speakers.
Just so you guys know,
If you
when you go to the
accidentally
drive-in movie
use
theater,
speakers, don't worry.
don't steal the
Just turn
speakers.
it in.
It's
There
pretty
is no
simple.
charge, and we'll appreciate it.
Here we got a super easy jumping puzzle. I'm pretty sure everyone watching can see where to go next in this jumping puzzle. The point of this jumping puzzle is not to be difficult. It's to teach you kind of how to look for the movement you're supposed to be doing on these. Later on, we're going to have jumping puzzles with branching paths, different options, hidden routes. And so the ability to kind of say, hey, I can jump across, or I can wall run before jumping to the next part. It's kind of cool of them to give us this. All right, just don't break the sword. Don't break the sword. It doesn't matter how fast I spam the X button. As long as I'm hitting it like once every second, that door is going to open at the same speed no matter what. All right, now we're in the octagon.
How do you want it?
Or the Thunderdome. And we're going to be using the sword slash to kill things. The way the sword slash works is I hit slash sword twice, and hitting it twice causes a 3-swing combo. The first 2 swings of the combo combined do the same amount of damage as the 3rd swing on its own. So what I'm going to try to be doing with some of my combos is I'm going to try to kill guys by swinging it twice, and then turn around and try to kill people with the 3rd swing on its own. That should be that. Time for some minigunning. Alright, let's take these guys out. When you're doing the minigun, you'll find that the less you move the minigun, the shorter time you'll spend on it. Alright, that should be everyone. Alright, now we're going to fight the first boss. We have our pistol fully upgraded, so we're going to use pistols instead of shotguns on them. The way that this boss works, and this will be the same way that every mini-boss works for the rest of the game, is we're going to try to deal an amount of damage to him. After we deal a certain amount of damage to him, he's going to put his minigun behind his back and run away.
Come on, bitch.
So there he is, the guy with the eye patch. Personally, I wouldn't give a guy with an eye patch a minigun. Seems like a bad idea. But when he runs away, he's going to run to one of 2 different spots. And when he gets there, we're going to have to get there too, and hit X. There you go, his minigun's behind his back. Hit X to trigger the kill on him. In later levels, when we fight those guys, we're going to hit X, and it's going to trigger a QuickTime event. If we don't get to him in time and hit X to trigger the QuickTime event, he regains full health, and we have to kill him all over again. If we fail the QuickTime event, he regains full health, and we have to kill him all over again. So making sure that you get to him in time is pretty huge. Making sure you don't mess up the QuickTime event is pretty huge. But also, making sure that while he's running to wherever you're going to have to kill him, that you still have stuff to do, and not just stand around waiting for it to get there, is a good practice in the speedrun. Alright, we're in another arena. We gotta seal 4 doors. This arena is tricky because it's freaking huge. Look at how big this is. So the problem is that when it's time to kill people, there might be just a ton of guys stuck on the architecture. And we might have to do some serious cleanup, so hopefully we don't. All right. All the doors are sealed, and already that guy that was a boss in the last level, his type is the mini boss right now. So let's deal as much damage as we can to him, even though he has a sweet ponytail. He's already dead. He's running to his death spot. So while he's running to his death spot, we're gonna take out a bunch of guys. Do the quick time event. For him, it's 2 buttons. Egad! She will never get that sword clean again. Once you get that kind of blood on it, it's just ruined. There should be one guy standing right here. And ideally the music stops. If it doesn't, that means somebody's alive somewhere. Or, you know, 2 guys right there.
Bingo.
Music gonna stop now? Cool. Alright, we need 2,500 to upgrade our sword to maximum. We have 2,213, so we're really close to getting our sword up to maximum. We can't go beyond the Thunderdorm.
There are words men live
Apparently we can.
of strength, of wisdom,
Apparently we can. Because we've done it.
We urge you to find
Just a
the
quick
spiritual
reminder.
comfort and guidance we all so greatly need.
Attend your place of worship regularly. Alright, this next room that we're gonna go into is a room that I loved casually. I love it in this game too. But there's so much exploration to do in this little room, and you get to use all these different moves. And here, because we know where the exit is, we just leave. Goodbye, little room.
Kiss my ass, motherfuckers.
I don't know if you could hear her. I don't know if you could hear what she said right there. But she has a mouth on her. So in this game we get experience. And if you're playing this game casually, you can use that experience to buy lots of different stuff. In the speedrun, we use it to fully upgrade our pistol speed and damage. The pistol has unlimited ammo, never has to be reloaded. It makes it a really good weapon. Every other weapon besides the sword have a finite amount of ammo that you have to go around
Last thing you're gonna see, motherfucker.
and find restocks for. So it makes a pistol really good. But a lot of the stuff that you can buy are actually moves that we don't buy a single one of in the speedrun. And it's a little bit weird to me to think that way, because in other games you speedrun, oh, if you buy a move that really can kind of change the movement, you can probably break the game pretty seriously. And we have broken the game extremely seriously with some of these moves. And then later on, we found, hey, you can break the game in the same way, more consistently, by just doing some normal stuff and not buying that move. So currently, there's no reason to buy fancy moves like run up enemies and do diving targeted sword attacks at enemies. It's a little bit weird. Oh, here's a sweet ad for a hot dog. If any of you think that a hot dog cooking itself, putting mustard and relish on itself, and then hopping into a bun is appetizing, I don't want to meet you. This is frankly very creepy to me. It makes me not want to eat hot dogs. So I generally do not eat hot dogs on the same day as a wet run. All right, big skip right here. It's gonna look like nothing if I do it right. Yeah, we got it. All right, so we jump off that ladder prematurely. And we jump to a place where the game has a hidden collectible that we're supposed to get to later. What you're actually supposed to do is climb down that ladder, kill a bunch of guys, and then hop on some pipes that if you're going too fast, the pipes don't actually exist yet. So a lot of times, what we used to do is you slide down the ladder and you hop for the pipes and you fall to your death. So it's really cool that somebody, K-Bar, another runner of this game, found a skip where not only do we not have to do all that stuff, but we take out the risk of the pipes. So as promised, I'm holding the gun, right? Oh, well, shoot. That's usually where I demonstrate how bad her aim is. It usually takes about 10 shots to kill that guy, but she got him in 1.
Goddamn right.
So, she's inaccurate when we're not going in slow motion. However, that demonstration went very poorly. And that teacher of these poor underprivileged kids is now dead. We're gonna leave here. We're gonna be fine as long as nobody bleeds on us. We'll just go on to the next level. Please don't bleed on me. No! No! Alright. Well, I guess we'll have to go into rage mode. This rage mode is also an arena. There's only 2 times where they do a rage mode and an arena at the same time. So while we're in rage mode, we also have to be closing doors. There you'll see that while I'm trying to attack things with my sword, she likes to swing wherever she wants to swing. As long as there's a guy nearby, she's gonna stop trying to swing at the sword at the door. The reason I'm not bothering to kill these guys is because there are so many doors. There's 3 left still. And if I killed any of them, they would just respawn. So it's not worth the time. Now it's worth the time. Because there's only 1 door left. So killing the people who are far away is fine because they won't respawn. Hopefully. Music's done. We're out of there. I'm going to upgrade the sword the last time, and that is the last weapon upgrade. The rest of our upgrades for the rest of our upgrades in this game will be health.
Fuck! You're a little far from home, ain't ya? Well, you couldn't get me off your mind.
Why doesn't she like getting bleed on? Says
Time to
Natsumi.
go home.
Fuck you, lady.
Let me ask you this. Do you enjoy being bled on? Frankly, it would make me pretty angry if the person I just killed bled all over me. I mean, it's so inconsiderate. You're gonna be dead anyway. Why do you have to ruin my clothes?
So, where are you taking him?
To his daddy in London.
London. Nice ride.
This is
All
where
right,
you
we're in
lose
level
it.
6. This is the notorious level
Thanks for your
6.
help.
In this level,
Again.
you guys are all gonna get a pop quiz, so I hope you're ready for that. Also in this level, we have the longest unskippable cutscenes. It's a built-in bathroom break. I feel like if I were to ever do this in like a live marathon, where I'm at a location, it would be hilarious if I just got up and went to the bathroom in the middle of this level. But it's very convenient as a speedrunner to have a 2-hour game with a built-in bathroom break 45 minutes in. The answer is 4. Saren is ready to answer the pop quiz. We'll see. We'll see if the answer's 4. But first, there's Z Collector with all of his blades. He nods at us. He respects us.
Well, congratulations, you've done it.
Here's the guy with
I
the
hope he
sweet silver
wasn't
snake
too
cane.
much of a problem.
If any of you
He
are
was
thinking of
real
buying me
cute.
presents for Christmas,
Now.
hint, hint,
Yes.
wink, wink. That
I'll
cane
agree.
is sweet. And here's our payment, right? If we kidnap a guy, you just walk into a warehouse full of the people we kidnapped him for, take our payment, and you walk out safely. That's how these transactions
You
work.
really think it's gonna be this easy, yeah?
That's how these
Yes.
transactions work.
You're a demented old turd. Go ahead, you. You ain't got the guts, have ya?
Oh no! This is not the time to lose one's head. That's not the way to get ahead in life. It's a shame he wasn't more headstrong. He'll never be the head of a major corporation. Shout outs to Austin Powers for those puns. Now we get to fight Z Collector. Alright, I'm gonna watch very carefully
Don't you see?
because I'm gonna shoot his sword away at one point in this battle, and I don't know where he gets his sword from after that. This is a quick time event. Nice. There, we shot his sword away. Oh, he picks it up. Dang it. Oh, and he stabbed us in the guts. Luckily, we kicked him in the face. That is German samurai's weakness. If you kick a German samurai in the face, they have to jump out a window to their death. That is their code. That is only code for the German samurais. Japanese samurais will not jump out windows to their death if you kick them in the face. So even though he probably technically won that battle, because he stabbed us right in the gut, we got a kick off to his face. He says we'll meet again, but But even if we weren't to skip all the cutscenes, he never shows up in this game again. Never. So it is my opinion that he is dead. She gave good head.
Milo?
Nice. Those puns are ahead of the curve.
It's good to see your
Yeah, now I
reflexes
got
on
my
the
blood
sun.
all over me, though. That's
I'm
okay.
in here.
I don't get angry when I
Almost
get
a week.
my blood all over.
was able
I
to
know where
catch
my
a
blood's
supper
been.
to
I don't know where these guys
for
I'm
a
killing,
while.
where their blood's
I'll
been.
deal with it. I need to find William Ackers.
Ackers? Are you out of your mind?
Probably because she passes out
He's the one who died
from
you all
bleeding
the same.
profusely from her
And you
stomach,
want
Final
my help?
Dragoon. That's why
More
she
or
doesn't
less.
go into rage mode when she
I
gets
won't
her
help you
blood
get
all over
yourself killed,
herself.
Ruby. I'm sorry, I can't do that.
You owe me, Milo.
Look,
Oh, those hot
I remember
dogs are
what
just
happened to my
spilling
dad this
out.
past week.
Those hot dogs that put themselves in
You
buns
may
for
not
her
remember it,
because
but
she's
you're
too
alive
lazy
because
to
of it.
put mustard on them
Point me in
herself.
the right direction. I'll do
All
the
right.
rest.
By the way, Milo here is wearing a Bluetooth headset.
There's a chest.
If he wasn't
Those
doing
buttons
that,
have got Dvorak.
I think it's a joke. I think it's
I'll
a
make a
joke by
call.
the developers.
That's
Like this
all I
guy showed up, went on camera, and wore his Bluetooth
Calls me
headset, and the director didn't
She's
catch it.
interested in meeting you.
I think that's what they're trying to do
Maybe she
because the
was
rest of this game is
Pansy
very
one.
clearly not
She
set
said she wanted to trade.
during a
What
time
kind of trade?
when there
She
are
didn't say, but if you
Bluetooth
want her help-
earpieces.
You'll do what she wants.
All right, everyone ready for the pop quiz? Do you guys have your pen and paper out? All right, here's my question for you. I'm going to paint you a picture, a scenario, and you have to tell me the answer.
And
You have been hired to be a bodyguard for a book.
I must admit
That
I've
book
done
is going to
a little
fly
research,
from London
and I'm
to
quite
Rome.
impressed with what I found.
You successfully
I'm
get the
glad you
book on the
approve.
plane. You
I most
successfully
certainly
take off from London. Everything's fine. You don't have to wear a parachute or anything. You're in midair. What's the
This
worst that could happen? That's not the
The
question.
13th century
All of a
treatise on
sudden,
geographical architecture
The plane blows
of
up
London.
from underneath
This
you,
particular volume
and you are falling to your death.
of 3.
Is
What
that
do
why we're
you
here?
do?
Because you love books.
What?
I love
do you
the
do?
written word.
That's the
Written
pop
word
quiz.
is Power. Books today mean nothing. Pulp and glue.
How
and
did the book sprout
mass-marketed
wings?
machinery
You're putting it on an
and
airplane.
Nothing.
Saren
compared
said the answer is 4.
Okay,
Saren did the
okay.
pre-call
What is it
before
you
the quiz
want?
was even given that the answer was 4.
I own its 2 companions. The third is being transported by
The answer is hot dogs. You want to
Bring
eat
the
them.
text to me, and we'll speak.
Reddish Hat says get in a tank. Because obviously if you get in a tank, you can just shoot the cannon downwards and it'll slow your fall. Ooh, use
we
the
go.
book as a parachute. Pretty good answer. Protect the book with your life. That's what you were hired to do. That's what money says. What money says, protect the book with your life. So there's the plane. It's up in the air. And we can skip the only cutscene that actually shows what's happening. The plane blows up. We're falling. So the answer is, if you were hired to guard that book and you find yourself falling to your death from a plane that exploded from underneath you, find somebody with a sweater that doesn't match yours and try to shoot them in midair. That is your only chance of survival. Killing somebody with a non-matching sweater as you. Because that is what all of these guys do. Luckily for us, we have our pistols fully upgraded. These guys are really hard to hit. They move a lot and we're moving a lot. So where you think you're aiming might not be where you're actually aiming a second later. But luckily for us, we have our pistol fully upgraded and our offhand is just shooting super fast, auto aiming, dealing a ton of damage. That should be the last guy. That should be the last guy. I'm gonna look really stupid if there's another guy after that. Oh my god. There's like 3 more guys after that. What's going on here? So many matching sweaters. So many matching sweaters. Alright, now we get to fall through the debris. This part is the same every time except for one little thing that we manipulate. There's a clock that starts when you start falling, and the only way we can manipulate it is how long we take to get through this hole right here. And you actually want to take a long time to get through that hole to manipulate a propeller that we're going to go through later into being actually passable. So after we get past this thing, we're going to target a propeller, and it should be passable because we took the perfect amount of time to get through that hole. If you go through the hole at the wrong time, you will not be able to get past that propeller. It can be impossible, or it can be extremely difficult. But we did it. If you die at the propeller, you cost yourself exactly 36 seconds. Do. Keep in mind that this game came out well before the Saints Row game that had this exact same scene. Oh my god, he found me. I don't have a matching sweater. He's not going for the parachute. He's just trying to kill me. There we go. We're out of there. Why were there explosive barrels on the plane? That is the first time anyone has ever asked that question, D-Lancer. That is spectacular. You have made it into the annals of wet speedrunning. That question needs to be asked every time from here on out. Maybe they needed to refuel in midair. Maybe that plane technically couldn't make it back in the day from London to Rome without refueling. That's an idea. Wait. I'm onto something here. $1 billion idea. We can all share it. There's only like 300 of us here. So we can all share this idea. You know how they have those planes that can be refueled by having another plane come and perfectly align itself and stick its plane penis into you and then fill it with gasoline and then you can be refueled in midair? Like Air Force One can do that. What if you just made it so you could refuel the plane from inside the plane? Whoa! I just blew my own mind. Quick! Call an aviation engineer. We're on to something here. Alright, also, we're back in Texas. This is 2 months ago. So apparently, she did some machine gun training 2 months ago and just kind of conveniently forgot about it until now. And so we didn't have some machine guns in the game until now. So they're going to give us some machine gun training right now. In the past, technically, quote unquote. I'm used to having a face cam, so I did just do air quotes that you guys didn't get to see. And just like the shotgun training, I'll shoot a few bullets just for you guys. But otherwise, normally I won't shoot a single submachine gun bullet in a run. There's that abandoned airfield that she lives on. It's pretty sweet. And in this abandoned airfield, there's also abandoned oil wells and an abandoned strip club. And let me tell you something. Abandoned strip clubs are pretty boring. Once you put the word abandoned there, there's nothing going on. It's not worth it. You've seen some fetish art like that. Oh my goodness, Natsumi. Good times were had by all. All right. So we played a little bit of The Floor is Lava in Unreal. We played a little bit of The Floor is Lava in Descent. Now we're going to play The Floor is Lava in Wet. Except this time, the floor isn't actually going to be lava. However, if we touch the floor at all, by getting off the furniture, we will die. The beach is one giant minefield. And it just makes me wonder if that's not the best way to build a minefield. Because normally if I were making a game and I made a minefield, I would make it that you kind of got to figure out where the mines are and just avoid it. Here, the mines are the sand. You touch the sand anywhere, you die. They're so tightly packed that you just can't survive. I feel like if just a seagull were to land on it, the whole beach would just explode. Not a very practical minefield. But anyway, so we played The Floor is Lava. We never touched the ground once. Now we're shimmying. This movement right here is called shimmying because, well, it's shimmying. It is the slowest movement in the game. Over half of the skips we found this year have been to either reduce or eliminate shimmying from spots in the game. So if you liked that movement right there, I'm sorry, but we're not going to be seeing it terrifically much for the rest of the run. Hey. And let's get out of that part. Let's play some Donkey Kong. Anyone want to play Donkey Kong? All right. No. Dang it, Ruby. As I said, really takes suggestions from me and then does her own thing. I told her to move to the side. She said, oh, you want me to jump up into that flaming barrel? I can do that. And then you heard me say the no, no, no part. But it was too late at that point. Alright, let's avoid the flaming barrels. And then we get to the top of this ridge, and we find that there was nobody throwing those flaming barrels down. There is no gorilla here. There's no giant monkey who kidnapped women throwing barrels at us. Alright, let's take advantage of some of these being able to auto aim with one hand and manual aim with other hand mechanics. I actually think this part's pretty cool. They abandoned this mechanic pretty quickly. It's like they remember they can do this, and then they forget. Pull up a barrel there, an exploding barrel, let a giant wine cask fly by and make a passage for us. Open that door. I spam that button so hard, and I know it doesn't matter how hard I hit it. It's not gonna make a difference. This is gonna be the tightest area that I run through
Want some of this?
without killing guys. The risk of death, kinda high, but I don't think so. Kinda good at this game, even though the 2 deaths that we've seen so far would suggest otherwise. No! You're supposed to grab that ledge. That's not good for her health. That's not good for her health. She's getting duck right now. Alright. Right, here's a big skip. Oh, you never know it. What we were supposed to do is destroy another giant wine barrel, find a wall to climb across. Get some health. Jinx Liquor to get health. You can cut out of the cutscene of replenishing health and still get the health. So it only costs you about half a second. Totally worth it. Now we're in another arena. I'm pretty sure this arena is optimized because what we do is we seal the door on the ground floor, then we kill everyone on the ground floor. And we seal the door on the second floor, then we kill everyone on the second floor. And guess what we're gonna do on the third floor? Anyone guesses right, you're probably psychic.
Goddamn right.
We're gonna seal the door on the third floor, and then we're gonna kill everyone else. So I'm pretty sure we have this level optimized. The one tricky part right here is we're gonna be fighting this minigunner, so we gotta do a lot of damage to him. And this is a very kind of narrow area to be jumping and shooting. We gotta make sure not to fall off the edge. If we fall off the edge, there's a high chance that he's gonna regenerate all of his health while we're trying to get back up. We're gonna buy our first health upgrade of the game. We're about to take a ton of damage. Just safer that way. Healing bullet wounds via alcohol is the only ability that I want. Alright. Destroy that barrel. Let's open this door as the much flammable alcohol is about to explode on us. But let's take the time to close the gates. Let's take the time to close the gate in case anybody's following us there. Someone pointed that out to me. Might have been just this morning. Guess for the third floor was hot dog. Here's Chili Dilly. Probably all gonna get banned from Twitch for watching this. It's just filthy to me. At least no one's putting it in their mouth. No! Not Mom. At least no kids are putting it in their mouth. No! Not Junior and Susie. Oh, what are they doing? Those aren't pickles. Oh no. People can't get enough of them.
Your order for a real Chili Dilly.
Alright, as I said earlier, back in like, I don't know, let's call it level 2. That might be wrong, it might be level 4. We're gonna have jumping puzzles which are a little bit less obvious with branching paths. Here we got one. And And the speed trick right there is to drop 2 floors. That's going to put you in position to really kind of start off smoothly. There's other routes that'll get you there. Lower. And coming up, we're going to have something that's kind of strange. Really doesn't matter to anyone watching. But I can hit the left trigger button, and it'll flash red everywhere where I can climb. If I don't hit the left trigger button there, I have to kill those guys, or this wall that I'm climbing becomes climbable. But if I hit the left trigger, it's climbable right away. It's the only place that happens. And it just doesn't look like much when I'm doing it. All you see is a little flash of red. And then I'm climbing a wall, and it's just like, yeah, that's what it does. But there's just a little bit more to it. So if you were to play this game, you're like, I can't climb this stupid wall. That's why. Really weird coding for however that works. Sweet gossamer curtain effects right there. Should we go back and look at those? We're in the middle of a scheme. Maybe next time I can stop and look at gossamer. So the reason we upgrade our health before this next area is because we're going to run through just a bunch of guys, and if some shotgunners get some lucky shots off on us, we could be in deep trouble. Let's go. Cool. Missed. Our health, you can just watch our health bar through this run through. It's kind of fun. Hey, Programming with Ed. Super excited to see you run after this. I don't know if I've seen a all missions speed run Fallout 3 ever. Here's our health bar going down, 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 down. So the funny thing about that room, I was too busy talking to you, is that there's guards who are hired to protect this house. And what they do is they blow up the window of that room.
Kill my son.
And they climb in and try to kill me, thereby giving me an exit. So they're failing in 2 ways. First of all, they're blowing up the house. And second of all, they're letting me out. So I like that room that we just got through.
What else of value can you take from me that you already
Pop quiz.
haven't?
Pop quiz number 2. You've stormed a house, a mansion, to kill an old man.
Fucking bitch.
You get to the office of the mansion, and it turns out it's the wrong old man.
Hey? I can't.
So it's time for you to leave. How do you leave? What's the best way to leave this office? There's a door right there. There's a perfectly functioning door right there. Didn't kill the old man. You should just walk right out that door. No. No. We find a place where the ground is made of glass. And we shoot the ground out from underneath ourselves. We get ourselves into a pretty nasty area. Just loaded with guys. I gotta be careful here. After I destroy this thing right here, I gotta not go into the cutscene. There's the cutscene. These are new strats right here. The order in which we seal these doors are new as of last night. So all the doors to all the places where we seal doors are on the top floor, and after we kill those guys, all the enemies are on the bottom floor. Hopefully, most of them are dead. Should be. There's 3 guys and a mini gunner. Take care of guy number 3. There's a mini gunner. Try to get as many headshots as we can on him. Does a ton of damage.
Too close, get over here.
Of course, we can't knock his hat off or something. Our gun can't be firing that powerful. Nice, shooting in between the legs. That seems safe. That seems ridiculously safe right there. Oh my goodness. The sword is yet again unclean. The music's still running, which means there's a guy. Means there's a guy. He's probably stuck on the architecture. There he is. Okay, the music should stop now. Out of there. We are out of there, folks. Get to leave the mansion. Alright, also, as I pointed out, cutscenes are now skippable. We're gonna have a lot less of them, even though some of the best ones are here at the end. New strats as of practice right before the stream. If we can get that guy to run away, skip a cutscene. That's a new cutscene skip right there that you guys just witnessed. Never been witnessed before on Twitch. By not killing that very first guy as we enter here, we have skipped a cutscene where a bunch of guys come. Oh, and also a bunch of guys that come down on an elevator. And the reason I didn't think of those bunch of guys in the first place is because even though you watch the cutscene, guys, you don't kill a single one. Time to play Crash Bandicoot. This game takes inspiration from absolutely every classic game. Well, no, you guys can probably start naming a bunch. Take any inspiration. But here we go. This is what I remember every single game of Crash Bandicoot being. Running away from a giant exploding boulder. Whee! No, slide. Good. That was unsafe for a second. Oh, and now we're coming upon minigun skip. Hopefully we get it. Pretty hard trick. I'm pretty consistent at this trick except when it matters. We're about to find out whether shots fired matters or not. I think it matters. We'll see what Ruby thinks. So if you look here, we got to run back and forth around this level about 4 times. And in the process, there's a section where we hop on a minigun. You've seen us do it before. Hop on a minigun and have to kill about 30 or 40 before the game will let us progress. But instead, if we can get this skip. Get there! Get there! Yes! If we can get that jump skip right there, we skip running back and forth in the area about 3 times, and we don't have to do the minigun, because what we're doing is we're jumping through the minigun platform. The way that you're supposed to get to the minigun platform is by taking a zip line. And so by not taking the zip line to get there, the game doesn't trigger you getting on the minigun, and you get to just keep running. 50 strats right here to kill those guys. Alright, somebody rigged this bridge to blow. Very inconvenient for us. And the funny thing is, they've rigged this bridge to blow, stop us from getting back to the side of the bridge that we started on. Normally I wouldn't care about like killing guys while descending a ladder. You need to descend ladders before, I don't care about them. But here we have to make sure to kill the guys afterward. These 2 guys are the very first time we're going to see suicide bombers. What they do is they pull out 2 grenades and they run straight at me. Even if I kill them, after they pulled out the pins for those grenades are still going to go off. And 2 grenades do a ton of damage, a very high percentage of my health. So it's worth it to kill those guys from far away. In order to efficiently kill those guys from far away, you have to gotta kill that guy all the way back on the elevator. In order to efficiently kill those guys from far away, you want to take out everyone else first, so your offhand aims. All right. Ah, man! I didn't get any blood on the elevator. That's too bad. When you get blood on the elevator, it stays on the ground floor. The elevator shoots up, and the blood just like quick runs off the edge of the elevator. I really wanted to show that. Uncharted sequence right after Crash Bandicoot sequence. I couldn't have said it better myself. All right, we're coming upon the hardest arena in the game.
Fuck you up.
And it's only hard because we have an extremely
Why
difficult
bother?
route.
You're already
Somebody
dead.
had made a better route. Well, there's tons of better routes. Not as fast. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna run in the exits. Jump up a trapdoor that you're not supposed to really be able to jump up. In the process while we're doing that, a minigunner has perfect aim on us. He can have his way with us. There we go. Kill the guy I want to kill. We get a new enemy type here. There's going to be guys wielding bladed weapons that also have masks on. With their bladed weapons, they can block all of our shots at their body, and their mask blocks one headshot. So the only way to kill them is to get 2 headshots. Alright, that guy's dead.
Shit, I got to get out of here.
And he's going to run to the place where he dies, but there's 2 different routes he can take to get there. One takes 40 seconds. One takes 15 seconds. It looks like he took the 40-second route, so we can just casually make our way over there, kill everyone in the process. All the doors are closed. There he is. The 15-second one, it's a lot tighter of a window to get there before he regenerates all of his health, and you have to kill him all over. Oh, come on! I just got that sword clean. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's upgrade health again. That's health upgrade number 2. You can upgrade health 3 times, but only 2 are built into the speedrun. That means if you're ever at a place where you can't upgrade health and you need it, you can do it. You have 1 mulligan, 1 gimme. I think that's really cool. It didn't used to be that way. You used to need all 3 health upgrades at very specific points in time. Health upgrade not only gives you 1 extra bar of health, it also refills all your health. So if you're super low, you can use it at a time to refill yourself if there's no liquor nearby. Don't bleed on me. Don't bleed. Don't. Are you serious? Not one of these guys has listened to me. This is probably the shortest rage mode in the game once you know the routes. Done. Done with the rage mode. We're out of there. Now we're gonna come upon a really big skip. It's called marijuana skip. At this point in the game, we would have what is over 50 seconds of shimmying. Every single speedrunner of this game has independently come up with this skip. Run over to this bag of marijuana, and you jump over it, and you skip 50 seconds of shimmying. It doesn't look like anything, but if you've played this game, you've been like, boy, that's a long minute of gameplay right there where I'm doing absolutely nothing. You're gonna look for a skip, and you're gonna find it, because it's right there.
No balls! Ah, motherfucker!
I don't actually know what that Chinese symbol means. It just looks like a marijuana. That's why it's called that.
Want some of this?
Now these guys are all gonna run at us. Monkey wrenches. This is the monkey wrench gang right here. Monkey wrenches and awesome haircuts. And some of them even have bandanas.
Why bother?
Shit, I got to get out of here.
I left. Try to get headshots. We get really good headshots. We should take them out and just knock them. That looks like great headshots to me.
Time to go.
There you go. Wow, he is bullet spunding right now. Look at that. Crazy. Crazy.
Where's your...
Also, awesome music. Awesome music right there. Three months ago, somewhere in Texas. So we just remembered, you know, we've been on this crazy joyride through London. We never actually made it to Rome. Blew up the plane before we made it to Rome. But through London, and Hong Kong and whatnot, and we just remembered, oh yeah, 3 months ago we did training with crossbows. We should probably start using crossbows now. So this is a flashback to 3 months ago when we had trained with crossbows. And these crossbows are actually really sweet. I'll fire one or two. If you see, come on, shoot them. I didn't mean to shoot them at a place that was down. The crossbow bolts explode on impact. This is how we're gonna defeat these guys that wield swords, have masks. Instead of trying to line up 2 headshots on them, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna shoot a crossbow bolt that explodes on them. If we hit anywhere near them, they'll take the first damage, the first headshot damage from the explosion, and the explosion will stick around and deal that second hit to them. So one good place, crossbow bolt, kill a bunch of these guys that have the armor. This is also the last time we will go to Texas. So, you know, for all of those of you who are like, boy, this game needs more Texas. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We're done with Texas. At least we didn't mess with it. We didn't mess with it. All right, the Opera House. I love the Opera House. Opera House. How am I doing on time? Oh, I'm doing great on time. If we weren't doing fantastic on time, I would actually intentionally die here because it's my favorite death in the game. Doing good. Sucks. So the reason it's my favorite death in the game that we didn't get to see right there is, you know, she's been abusing this sword all game long. She's been using it to open doors. She's been using it to give people sex changes. She's been using it to zip line. And so far, it hasn't bit her in the butt. Right there, it does. If I don't hit the quick time event, she's zip lining using the sword. And for once, the sword accidentally cuts through the zip line. And if you don't hit the quick time event, get impaled by the chin of a dragon. And I just think it looks so good, and I just think it's so funny because she kind of deserves it. Stop using this sword impractically. We're shooting the red barrels, not to kill guys, but to make sure that those red barrels are not still around at the time that we're running by them, because that'll kill us. Go. It's so awesome. I really like it. I really like the flips. Whee! This is the dragon that would have killed us. We would have impaled our stomach on his chin. If only there was a way to like turn that into a speech chat. You'd be like, well, I'm already here. I've survived one stomach wound. Might as well keep going and skip all that climbing we just did. But no. Get out of my way. I need a wall run on that wall. You need to not be around anymore.
Wanna play, baby? You wanna fight?
Fire one
Fight
quick
me.
shot here to shatter the window.
Kiss my ass, motherfuckers!
Before I get there. I don't know how loud I have her voice volume up, and whether you can hear what she's actually saying. The fact that they got Elijah Dushku to come here and say some of these things. There's one point, I don't like swearing, so I'm not gonna do it. There's one point that she says, "You guys shoot like old people effing," and there's something after that. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. The point is that they got a real actress to come and say this. One point on my stream that we took my case for wets, and I sent my case to Elijah Dushku. Oh wait, I'll tell that story after. Brand new skip found just the other day, and we die on it. All right, we're trying to skip a very large part of the game. It saves a ton of time. Worth it to try this. Also, I tried to do it fast. Let's do it with a normal setup. Let's without a fast setup. All right. Game wants us to zip line and get in a big fight with respawning waves. Dead. Are you serious? Come on, stop making me look like a noob. Ruby, do that thing we were doing right before the stream started. Dad. There we go. There we go. We still saved more time than we lost. Anyway, we sent my case for wet to Elijah Dushku with a self-addressed prepaid envelope, return envelope to me. And her publicist webpage said that she signs things and sends them back within 3 months. We're going on 7 months now. So I'm starting to think I'm not going to have a case for my copy of Wet ever again. Remember this part from Uncharted. Alright, we have Arena. This is the best music in the game. We get to hear this woman singing. No, don't kill the people. That's what I'm talking about. Kill the people. Instead of closing the doors. We gotta close 2 more doors. You can see how many doors we have to close by looking in the bottom left-hand corner. Now we got a minigunner. You're just laying into his head. Really good headshot. Raj. Time to go! Gone. I'm starting to feel like she's targeting that part. I am starting to feel like she's targeting those guys in that area. She keeps hitting that with the sword. That can't be by accident. Alright, we gotta defeat this mini boss or this boss. Prove we're not sexist. We've killed about 1,000 guys so far. We finally... And the way we did it is we put an end to her. I'm pretty sure she just died inside. And then she died on the outside. We blew up her speaker. That's how you end all musicians. Take away their music. Open this door faster. Come on. I know hitting the button faster doesn't do anything, but I just keep hitting it faster and faster. Right, you guys can live. I have no beef with you. I have no beef with you. However, there is a suicide bomber all the way back there. He's already pulled the pins to both of his grenades. Probably gonna explode as soon as I go off camera of him. Here, I'm just gonna shoot the fire extinguisher next to that guy. It's gonna stun him long enough that he's not any of my concern. Got another arena already. If we have enough health, I don't feel like we can go. Just, you know, a little bit more bravery. But I didn't feel like we had enough health, so instead, I blew up the red barrel. We're gonna be going right by.
I thought you guys were tough. I can't see you now. Goddamn right. I can't see your skin. See you scratch and bite. Can't see you now.
Hey. I'm over, and there we go. That's what she
Don't like it at all, but I just can't stop. All these things.
So another guy with a monkey wrench. I feel like a monkey wrench is probably, yes, a very effective weapon. However, I don't expect whole gangs to be running around Hong Kong with monkey wrenches.
Damn.
Protect me! Protect me!
Gotta be dead right now. Come on. How many bullets did I just put in you? At least 2. Alright, he's gone.
Damn it! Shit!
We are super low on health. Playing it just safe here. I think. Oh, he did run to this one. He did run to this one. This guy has 2 different places that he runs to before he dies. There's a far one and a close one to this spot. And so luckily he ran to the close one. We could have been in trouble there. Music should stop. Out of there.
Go.
That guy says cacaw. Skip the rest of his cutscene. That's a really fun cutscene there. So I recommend everyone going out and buying this game just so you can get that cutscene up. Yep. Alright, this is your land, America. Demonstrate your faith in it. In your every action. And we should be fine in this next area as long as nobody bleeds on us. Should just be spectacular. Oh! No! On! Alright. The train yard. This is a Rage Mode arena. There's only 2 of those in the whole game where they combine Rage Mode with arenas. In this arena, we don't have to keep track of where everybody is. Go and kill them later. The game's gonna help us take out everyone after everything. Destroying red barrels so they don't explode on us. I don't care about this. Alright, shoutouts before it happens to climbing non-existent trains. I love how she climbs that train. The train's moving, and it's no longer underneath her while she's climbing it. We're gonna do that once more, so you can keep an eye out for it. We're gonna do that exactly once more. Alright. Climbing trains that aren't there. Nice. And then we went so fast that the ladder wasn't even ready for us. The reason we didn't have to keep track of the guys is because after we destroy all the entryways to this area, everyone's trapped in here. And we get ourselves a minigun. And you'd say, well, wouldn't it still be faster for half these guys to be dead already, even though you have a minigun? Well, not only do we have a minigun, we have a minigun and a train-sized propane tank. Say goodbye, guys. Say goodbye. Alright, and this rage mode is going to continue on into the next level. Who here has been here since the start of the run? Who here remembers car racism? It still applies. Ruby will only ride on black cars. If we land on any other color car, we will be jumping right away. She also likes black SUVs, but she's not a carist. Nice, that trunk really deserved that sword stab right there. Again, face. Alright, we got a new enemy type here, motorcyclists. The way you beat the motorcyclists, you have to kill them. You shoot at the tires at the end of the motorcycle, it does nothing. Only hit the motorcyclist on the motorcyclist with the motorcycle. And they deal a ton of damage. You cannot rely on just like getting through here without killing it. All the music in this game, or almost all the music in this game, is licensed. It wasn't made for this game. They really tried to get Tarantino-esque movie or music like they did on the film. Alright, this car we're about to land on. It's white, so what are we gonna do? Getting off. We're not planning ourselves to shoot. Bye. And just like in real life, when you cut off a motorcyclist's hand, the rest of him just dissolves. The game is so accurate to real life. It's pretty, isn't it? Super pretty. Whoa! Whew. Really hit that truck. Not that you can. Alright, we made it. We made it. That is so cool. That motorcycle's jumping and she jumps too and she's like, I am shoving you off the motorcycle. Now she is so angry. She is gonna walk down the highway in Hong Kong while there's traffic still running. And she's gonna interrogate this dude on the highway.
Where the fuck are they?
God damn it!
Anyone who wants this game,
London!
it's super
London!
cheap on the
Going to
used market.
London!
You can usually find it if you're in the US for $5. It's only for the PlayStation 3 and for the Xbox 360. But it is cheap and it's super amazing. I love this game. Hey, there's Milo. Here goes Milo. Don't need to see him again. Two.
There's a cannery on the...
All right. Here we are in London. No, those of you who are from the London area or have been to London, exact replication. Nice wood docks, just absolute loaded. Giant fish hanging everywhere. I don't know what the fish are. Somebody has to tell me what the kind of fish they catch in London that are that big.
First time in a gun.
Come on, come. All right. Playing this with low health here.
Nice shooting, dipshit. I'm still here.
Playing this with really low health here. Huh. Don't hit me, shotgunner. Please. Alright, we should be good. Alright, we jump away from this red barrel. Then we turn around. There's a bunch of guys chasing us. Hey.
Want a piece of me?
Red barrel right behind that smoke. So what I'm doing is I'm blowing up all the red barrels. Which might explode on me. We're running clean. We're gonna run up here. I think everyone's dead. Perfect. And once that cutscene happens, all we gotta do is fire one shot into that barrel and we're out of this area. Oh good! Glad you're enjoying this run, Ed. I fully intend to enjoy your run after this. I was so happy when they made this Bethesda block. Bomb sprays! Sky rockets! Love this. Aerial bombs. These good old-timey words that they have for fireworks. We just call them fireworks now, not bomb sprays. I was just so happy when in this marathon, they made a Bethesda block that included Wet
For real?
and Doom and Dishonored, along with Fallout. Like, whenever you hear Bethesda block in my head, you're getting a bunch of Fallouts, which is awesome, and you're getting a bunch of Elder Scrolls. Awesome. But you're not getting Dishonored, and you're not getting Doom, and you're not getting, well, you're especially not getting West. I'm sure you can count on one hand the number of times West has been in some sort of Alright, look at all those big fish. Important fact about British giant fish, bulletproof. If somebody stands behind them, they are immune to bullets. So that's important to know. If you ever go to London and a shootout just breaks out, hide behind the giant fish, you'll live the metric system. If you don't live, come talk to me, we'll figure something out. Some sort of compensation. I don't know what. Just make sure you come talk to me before you hire the boy. But you said I would survive if I hid behind a big fish. Alright, let's switch to exploding crossbow bolts. Because we got a bunch of these machete guys right here. If you get a good hit on them, we won't have a bunch of them this time. Alright, music stopped. That means everyone's dead. Let's get in position. Let's get in position. Oh, we didn't get in position. Dude, you guys aren't going to be glitched. If we're standing right by the door, when these guys come out, they get glitched and they don't know where to shoot guns. Alright. Here's one of my favorite parts of the game. It doesn't look very glamorous, but it's called Metric Skip, which makes me very happy. Stand off the edge. Ah! Oh, it's okay. It's built into the run to get it wrong like 18 times before you actually lose time. It's hard positioning. What you gotta do is you gotta stand off the edge without falling off the edge. Get 1 foot off the edge, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump off of that foot there. Are you serious? And what we're doing is we're skipping an absolute ton of this level. Absolute ton of this level. There we go. Why is she getting stuck? Might have to show you the ton of the level. Stuck. Ease. As I said, it takes about 18 times before you actually lose time over the survived route. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Perfect every time. First try every single time if you get set up. Apparently not. But what we're doing is we're skipping just a massive area of the game by jumping up to the end of it. It looks like nothing. Now we got an arena. Okay, that guy took forever to die in his hitbox. What I'm gonna do in this arena is I'm just gonna destroy the heck out of this girl. And take out everybody on the ground floor. Then I'll go up and take out everybody on the second floor.
For fuck's sake, cover me!
Nice headshots. Find those headshots. My cue. Barrel. That guy's probably not long. There we go. Now he's gone. Oh, I hope he wasn't planning on singing anytime soon. That sword went right through his larynx. Singing might not actually be the first of his concerns at this time. He'd be dead.
That's all.
Alright, cool. Everyone on the first floor is dead. Go up to the second floor.
Goddamn right.
Headshots. I have no idea if I'm hitting this guy or not. Whoa. Not good to slash a guy with a sword when he has a grenade in his hand. It means you're probably too close. By the last health upgrade here, because we didn't end that level in the exact spot that we wanted to, which means we don't get a cutscene skipping health boost.
Playtime's over!
That's okay. That is okay. Oh! How much time I spent in the game not diving? Tremendous. Tremendously little, I guess. The funny thing is that diving, you know, diving puts us in slow motion. So a lot of this run is built on minimizing the amount that I'm going in slow motion. However, her aim is just so bad. It's so terrible when she's at real speed. Okay, let me through the door. Oh, yeah. Her aim is so bad when she's moving at real speed that it is worth it to go into slow time. So you're firing far less shot. Well, not less shot. Firing about the same. Word. Screw words. Let's shoot. There's a high chance of a soft lock here. Very high. We don't know what causes it. But it's not a big deal if it happens. It costs us just a little bit of time. What's going to happen is we're going to kill all these guys here, and the game's going to decide whether or not it wants to continue.
Way to use your head.
Hopefully we'll get lucky.
Goddamn right.
Pick up the ammo.
Oops, did I do that?
Anyone over there? There's no one over there. Yes! Get continuation. I pull out my floating crossbow bolts. Try to take out both of these guys here. You like the colored scenes where her teeth are very white. Nice. Very good. Artistic choices.
Oh no, fuck them.
We don't need exploding crossbow bolts for like the rest of the run. I'm just gonna burn through that. On these two machete heads. Nice. Dig on. No more of you! No more of you!
Secure the doors!
Alright, we got this last guy right here. Before we're out of the arena.
Get this bitch off me! I'm out of here.
He was a man. He just went down like crazy. We're wearing a ton of grenades on him. Probably ill-advised to like walk up to him. Alright, let's get out of this fish factory. I gotta assume that's what it is. You know what? Have some fun. Let's use some machine guns. That guy's gone. Let's do it. Let's change things up. So right now we're actually in the middle of a cutscene showing us where that button was. I kind of already knew where the button was. That's why I was standing at it to know the cutscene. Now we get a cutscene showing us what the button did. Any of those. What the cutscene did, or what the button did, was it stopped all these things. We can run and jump along them. Jump is hyper dangerous because sometimes she decides, I just don't want to grab that ledge. Really set yourself up. We have 3 guys right around us. It's probably advisable in most situations to kill them. However, their pathfinding is not spectacular. What we're gonna do, just run up that wall right there. They won't be able to figure out that there's stairs nearby. We don't have to worry about them. guy. He's somehow fortunate that everything is breaking after he passes it. You have to do it the hard way. And there, if we had any worries about going back, or any thoughts about turning around and going back, the whole thing just blew up behind us. Woo! All right.
So we meet again, my little cupcake. And now the hunter has become the hunted, eh? Well, what are you gonna do? Huh?
I can shove this down your throat.
Oh, really?
So right now she's cooking the sword in the fire.
And then I
This part's
pull
pretty hardcore.
real hard, and as it comes out,
That
your
sword is
stomach
getting
comes
super
with
hot.
it. And as you lay in shock, looking at your own stomach hanging out of your mouth, you slowly bleed internally, and there's nothing you can do to save yourself.
If I were him, I
fucking
probably
mad.
would have taken off
You're
the jacket
mad.
by now.
No, I'm
Just
fucking
saying.
pissed, and I want answers.
Ooh.
Where is Pelham? This pain is only going to get much, much worse.
She just cut him a new one.
They're
Really?
moving in on Akers tonight. That's all I know. I swear to you, that's all I know.
You're a sad, sad little man. You know that? And I should pity you.
Yes, please. Pity.
I should.
Huh?
But I won't.
No.
And she leaves him alive. Just, without legs, in a burning building. But we let him live. We have mercy. We have mercy. All right, this is where people like to joke that the game ran out of money.
Where are you, freak?
Because they've totally been setting up this fight between us and Tarantula. The whole
You
game.
afraid to face me?
And we've spent this entire game customizing Ruby, making her the character we want her to be. Upgrading and buying the moves that we want her to have. Perfecting the playstyle that we want to play as. And this final battle with Tarantula is a quick time event.
I'm not finished with you. Come on! Don't be shy, bitch!
Boom! Alright, so we go through this big fight, and we get each other to a stalemate, and we say, screw it. Screw it. This rivalry's over. So I give her a few love taps, and then a big hug around the neck, and she says, thank you. She throws up her arms and says, thank you. And I give her an even bigger hug around the neck, and she says, I am so tired. I'm gonna take a nap right now. And so we leave her alive too. Now that we're besties. Time's coming up. Time is right when I hit the second X button after he drops the F-bomb. So in 3,
Bummer. Sucks for you.
2, well maybe I'm a little bit off by that.
Take me. You want my money too? Here. Take it.
3,
Fuck
2,
you.
1, time.
No.
There we go.
Fuck you.
Woo! We did it! We beat Wet! I'm waiting to see what the time is. I'm waiting to see what the time is.
Close enough.
I know it wasn't you. But still, you delivered him to his death.
I had no idea.
Ignorance is no
There we go.
excuse.
154.01, that's world record.
But your actions here
That's world record right there.
know this.
Oh, we did it. Former world record
We
was
are not
154.28. We had
But
new
we are
skips that
not
have never been
friends.
seen before.
Yeah. got it.
On the stream today. We got a lot of them. They shaved off a lot of time. We did a lot of stuff good. Got a few deaths, but not at places that it cost us. So, thanks for watching. That was really fun. And I'll throw it back to the rest of the Bethesda block now. Which, if I didn't have to work tomorrow, I would stay up for the whole darn thing. But Thank you so much for the people running this. Thanks to everyone watching this. And stay tuned. Some really good Fallout action coming up.
Chinatown, cross the border down, Mexico way. With the lights so fine, listen time, batteries on for life. Underground, even bank if I was looking for a different way. Years roll by, pick it up a time, only really left. Came out to play. Now the legend born, rebel with the guns underneath. Forever. Chinatown, cross the border down, Mexico way. With the lights so fine, listen time, batteries on for life. For the underground, even bank if I was looking for a different way. Years roll by, pick it up a time, only really left. Son to the body hunt, chicken that way. Shopping cow, and slapping out. Billy Jean held his hand. Loving hit the ground, as he shot him down. Father's gun came out to play. Now the legend born, rebel with the guns underneath.